Welcome to the Bank On Customer Service Training.
My name is Bill Mills, and I'm with a group called Florida Prosperity Partnership.
It's a coalition of organizations across the state that have an interest in building prosperity in the state of Florida. It's for-profits, not-for-profits, and government agencies as well. It's a membership organization, so I definitely encourage you to check it out at floridaprosperitypartnership.org. So, what is Bank On? Well, the first thing you need to know is that the slogan across the United States for Bank On is "Everyone is welcome." Bank On is a social marketing campaign that provides access to mainstream financial services and the education needed to sustain and grow these banking relationships and build assets for low and moderate income families. Important things you need to see here are that it is a financial education program, but also a relationship building program. The model's pretty simple. It's driven by partnerships. There's statewide asset building coalitions, state and municipal governments, community-based organizations, financial institutions and regulators, regional and local asset building coalitions, and VITA sites. Once again, the partnership, which you'll hear many times throughout this whole presentation, is the biggest part of this. If you are interested in finding more about what the unbanked and underbanked situation is within your area in the state of Florida, I will invite you to look at our website, bankonfl.org, bankonflorida.org. Click on the member page, which is in the top menu on the right-hand side, and you can go down and it will direct you to look for those statistics within your local area. So what are the consequences of being unbanked? Well, $8 billion in fees go to alternative servicers across the United States a year. And that includes those payday loan fees. And the average charge for cashing paychecks, $40. Unfortunately, $1,000 to $2,000 annually is spent for check cashing services when a person does not have a bank account. A low-wage worker who never utilized mainstream financial services over their 40-year full-time work history would spend $40,000 or more on check cashing services. Unfortunately, low-wage workers are not always aware of the benefits available to them, and they're very vulnerable to these predatory lenders. The unbanked pay an average of 1 to 10% of their salary for check cashing services. And these are already low-wage workers to begin with. Payday loans cost workers 50 to 400% interest. They also spend money preparing their taxes. And that can cost 25% or even more of total refund. Unfortunately, a lot of these people do not know about the local VITA tax programs that are offered across the U.S. Also, unfortunately, they are unable to accumulate assets through savings without a true relationship with an upstanding mainstream financial institution such as a bank or a credit union. So what is your role in the Bank On program? As I mentioned before, partnerships are a vital ingredient. No one entity can do it alone. If you're watching this video, your financial institution has agreed to be a part of the Bank On program in your community. So you'll be helping customers open basic or low-cost checking and or savings accounts. And you'll be referring customers that are unable to open accounts with your institution to another institution or back to the Bank On program as appropriate for help. And when we talk about referring them back to the Bank On program, perhaps that will be referring him to a nonprofit partner or to 211 to get more information. And really, this is the most important thing that a financial institution can do. If you're not able to open an account for them, you do not want to tell them, no, we can't open an account. What you want to do is to give them a selection of choices. Perhaps you're not able to open the account for whatever reason it might be, but maybe there's a way that they could open it in the future, and you can assist them, referring them to financial education, or maybe it's referring to one of the partners at a community organization who can work with them individually to help better themselves to open that account. Or Perhaps this client doesn't fit into the particular molds that your financial institution expects with their clients. Not that there's anything wrong with each institution having those particular molds. That's what's great about the free market system. But what you want to do is, if you know that unfortunately you're not able to, but another partner is, perhaps you could refer them over to that financial institution to help them help themselves. Financial institutions should also encourage their customers to sign up for free financial education classes through those participating nonprofit agencies. And they should volunteer to teach or assist at financial education classes. And very importantly, they need to understand that some customers may not directly ask for a bank-on product, but will ask for the unbanked program or free banking, etc. It could be many different things. If you're with a community organization, of course, there's ways that you could help the unbanked as well. Once again, we mentioned earlier that you could offer financial education classes. Another important thing would be to discuss the product matrix. If you're not sure of what the product matrix is, please contact your local bank-on program to ask for this product matrix so you can take a look at it. Oftentimes they have it uploaded onto their website. And very importantly, you want to perform a warm handoff. Please don't just tell them to go up the street and open an account. What you want to do is form a relationship with the financial institutions that you are helping the client to choose between, and give that person a call or introduce them so that they know who the client is and the client knows who the banker is. So how can the financial institutions help the newly banked? So once they've opened an account, then you want to make sure that you follow through with all of the individuals that have opened that account and make sure that they are well prepared to make that a lasting account and keep their accounts open. Ways to do this are by educating each customer on how to succeed with their new account. Make sure the client understands the account. A lot of small print on your brochures, so make sure that they understand them. Instruct the customer on the rights and responsibilities of properly managing a checking account. And explain all the fees associated with the account. Explain the opt-in for overdrafts and emphasize a high cost of overdrafts. Encourage your customers to carefully consider the consequences of overdrafts on ATM and debit card transactions. Teach them how to properly use a debit card. Teach them how to use ATMs and how to avoid the costly fees for the use of out-of-network ATMs. Oftentimes you'll find that some of these people that are newly banked have never been to an ATM before. So you want to make sure they understand things like that. And it's amazing what you can do to help build the customer's confidence, but also help build a relationship with the customer by just teaching them how to use things like the ATM. Another thing that you could do is help them to reconcile and keep track of account balances. Show them how to do it the first time, whether it be paper or electronic. Also, how to pay their bills. It's always important to ask them, have they ever used an account before? If no, maybe they don't even know how to write a check. That's not that unusual. So it wouldn't hurt to just teach them how to write that check. Only takes a few minutes, but could mean a lot in their lives. And something that a lot of the bankers like anyway, how to use that electronic banking. So what can you do to help Bank On succeed? If you're a community organization, if you work for a community organization, you can make sure everyone in your organization is familiar with Bank On program. Tell other agencies, community organizations, faith-based organizations, neighborhood groups about the program. If a banker comes to a person and says, hey, you should open a banking account, are they more likely to open an account hearing that from a banker? Or perhaps they hear it from their pastor. You know what? Maybe you should open a bank account. Or maybe it's the social worker. You know, maybe you should open that bank account. It's amazing when they hear it from the people that they have that trusted conversation with, how much more influential it is. Other things that you can do to help the Bank On program succeed: volunteer to host and teach financial education classes. Provide direct deposit accounts to your own employees. Encourage them to bank and save. Also, let us know about personal success stories of your clients. It's always great to be able to share those and help grow the program. Also, you could volunteer to speak about your organization's experience at different Bank On events. If you're with a financial institution, how can you help Bank On succeed? Make sure everyone in the branches know about the Bank On program and can assist clients in positive choices. We hope that everyone in the branch in general would be able to help them with positive choices. But we also want to make sure that at least they know about the concepts of Bank On, and when they hear it in conversation, they can at least tell themselves, hey, at least I know something about it. And then if it's not them in particular at the branch that helps that client, at least have someone in your branch that is the champion for it. So you can do this by making sure that you do scheduled training for staff in targeted branch locations. Use Bank On materials in employee areas to help raise awareness. Send emails to staff to raise awareness of the program. And provide training to new staff, such as this video that you're watching now. Thank you for viewing this video. Once again, it is an abbreviated version. To see it in its entirety, please visit us at www.bankonfl.org/training, the number 0.aspx.